A beautiful good evening, friends of the virtual plane, and to the best of our knowledge and belief, realistic agriculture. My name is Paul. Welcome to my channel. With me today, from the top to the bottom, the one and only Disturbed.
Good evening, everyone.
The crazy but lovely Rainer.
Good evening.
And a very, very good friend, because he's Moppy82. Moppy, hey.
Hello.
And how are you doing? Hello, Leon. Hello, Gibbies. Disturb in the chat, of course. Hello, too. Quaka, hi.
Hello.
Fatty Gabby, how are you doing? Oh, and you are already... Oh, for 9 months already. You are unbelievable. Baby Gabby's puppy. So nice. Moppy in the chat, too. Hähnchen Kasper, hello. Terranian Modding, hello. How are you guys doing? I really hope that that cat in the desert shows up.
Have you got a surprise for him?
Yeah.
You got a very, very special new edition.
Sorry, I just have to laugh because Moppy just went like a duck to the harvester. Yeah. So as he wanted to be under the camera. And now I have to cry, to shout, because the harvester is so loud. Okay, we will start straight. Come on, let's go to the field. Let's get...
Moppy in stealth mode.
Yeah. Are we gonna see the new Valtra today? Oh, yes, you will. Hottie, hey, Damakus, hey, Farmer R, good evening. Yes, of course, it was yesterday already on the server, but it was not after my total liking. There's one thing. Oh wait, which direction? I have to go backwards too. Of course, with the traffic, it will be. I had to change some stuff on the Valtra. One thing that I did not change because I didn't find the right color spec is, of course, the color to the green that we had. We had it with a very bright green metallic. And it's quite impossible to see in the shop if it's the right color tone. So I went with the silver, and I put on, of course, the big wheels that we had on this Valtra. So it's now basically the 1-to-1 convert of the Valtra that I was used to, where I drove a lot with, where I bailed a lot with. Pick it up, Moppy. Oh, it's basically the version that I got, except of the color. It won't fit. Ah, now it is. Okay. Please want. The headlands 2 times no straw dropping and the rest straw dropping. Here it is. These are exactly the wheels that we had on him, and we had the one with the air intake. So yeah. Dang it, I didn't know that harvesters are so loud.
I can't hear a thing. It's exactly like how I play the game myself. There's no game sound.
Yeah. What? You never play with game sound?
Not very often, no.
Huh.
Probably about 75% of the time I don't have the sound on. Because it would really annoy my wife when she's trying to watch TV.
Yeah.
Of course, you can hear with tractor engines and.
I get it, but it's for me it's really annoying to play without the sound. This is why I increase the sound of the vehicles. Problem is, for the vehicles I'm driving, what is going on? For the vehicles I'm driving, I can control myself, but with now the harvester being outside and being that loud, it sometimes may be too loud in the stream. I'm not sure. It's definitely too loud. What is going on here with the... Something has changed. When I try to reverse, it stops and does not go directly. Wait. I have to... But I got it. You know, when you change from forward to backward, it should automatically go backward. When you got the direction change, yeah, manually. That's always the way it was, but. Let's see if
it looks as right as it would for me, but
yeah, now it's working. It's not working at all anymore.
I don't know if it's different with the gearbox mod you use.
I first have to go from the gas pedal, so that he. You see my foot on the gas. I'm going backwards. I'm switching direction. I have to go from the gas, tap it again. I think that was different. I'm not sure why it is that way.
That's kind of how it works on base game.
Yeah, but it never really came to my. I don't know.
It varies depending on how the gearbox is set up on the tractor as well, I think.
Oh yeah, of course that's possible. Maybe it's here different. You guys
because some tractors you can just hit reverse and it'll back up. Some you have to brake and then accelerate again.
Yeah. He's got the automatic reverse. Normally, that's why I'm so confused. You guys still play on the polish map? Yeah, and we will do for a long time, because this polish map will get the FS19 TerraLife beta stuff on it, and I think we will play on this map with all the crops from FS19 until we have something to show on the TerraLife maps. So this map here will stay for a long time, so that we can.
It's a really nice map.
Yeah, and I really have fun.
You've invested a lot of time in it as well, I guess, haven't you?
Yeah. It's that stop and go thing. You can change it in a. Yeah, but where is that? I didn't change any from yesterday to today, so this is.
That's farm sim.
Let's see what happens when I.
Right. Stop go break.
No, that
he is here.
No, this is the same.
You need to show off the new special edition now.
But I did. Oh, is Cat here?
Yeah, Cat's just turned up.
Oh, okay. I have to shout against the harvester then. Wait. This is my baby. Except for the color, we had the light green. Oh, holy moly, is this loud? We had the light green metallic version, but the wheels and all that stuff is exactly the one that we have. So greetings to the modder for this model. I'm still waiting for the M though. There's this version here with the 4-cylinder engine, the same base, also this heavy base, but a little bit shorter. We had it with the with front loader, and we made way over 15,000 hours on it without any repair costs for the brakes or stuff like that, and it handles so many bales. It's unbelievable, this tractor. So what did he say? I have to go to tractor settings, but I was at tractor settings, right? No, here. Did I change something here? No, I didn't. Here's something. Stop and go braking. Keep the brake button to help. But I think... No, it's still not working. No, it doesn't. No, it does. No. Nope. Didn't change anything. So let's put it back. Aaron, hello. Coco, hello. Cat in the Desert, hello again. Itagami, okay, this is something I cannot read. What horsepower or range is the tractor? Is it a good all-rounder? Yeah, it's from 120 to 190 horsepower. And the M would be a little bit lower, but as 4 cylinders. It's the one that I got has the 190 horsepower.
That's a pretty good range to do most jobs, isn't it?
Yeah. You blame Sam for it? No, I don't have any gearbox problems because of Sam, because yesterday I had no issues, and I think it's that what Disturb said, that probably this tractor has it set up wrong. So and I didn't drive the this tractor yesterday that much, so probably it's just me forgetting that it has it that way. Those tractor hydraulics are so complicated in real life. It might be that you have no weight or not going fast enough. No. It's exactly working with the other tractors as intended. So I think it's just I just forgot that this tractor has this setting.
It is tractor to tractor that it kind of varies.
Yeah, in normal life you wouldn't need to use the clutch. It's power shift, or for reverse it's with no clutch, and Valtra had it already for so many years. It works on the other though, and this here is even a much more modern one, but I don't think that it is a fault of anything except me forgetting on how this tractor works.
Blame your old age.
Yeah. No, not my old age. Hi Sven. Lucas Voss, hello. So yeah, the good thing is Moppy changed stuff with the cutter and the trailer, so that it won't fall off again, and that it will hold, and that it will be straightened, fastened on it. So thank you for that. And he changed the consumption, the fuel consumption, because it was too high, and a lot of other stuff. And I think did you increase the sound though, Moppy? Hast du den lauter gemacht? No?
No.
Okay. Today it sounds louder than yesterday. Valtra got traded? Hello, cat. Come on. It came on top. It came on top.
I think that's for Quacker, who they sold their real life Valtra.
Okay. So
should I ban him for that?
No.
Is that a bannable offense?
No. Do you want to tell people what we have in plans for the coming Thursdays streams?
Yeah, so this is the last time you will see the Polish map on a Thursday, because although they won't let me play with their tractors on here, starting next week Paul and I are going to be doing a new save on Calmsden, which will have both of us on, and the plan is that Paul will stream it, and then at some point afterwards I will release an edited version on my channel.
From your perspective, so that we can see all the crashes and all that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. All of the ones where the tractors get wrecked will be on my video, and Paul will be showing you realistic farming and.
But may we try to do it a little bit more realistic, as we don't have to test. Yeah, you're into it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I was not sure on.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm not into the super realistic stuff, but definitely more realistic and more controlled, and we won't just have everything we ever possibly want and that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that will be the plan. We can hopefully show off all the stuff that's in MaizePlus.
Find Weizen rein. Go in the wheat. I don't care for those 2 meters of missed wheat. Yeah, sorry for.
That's okay. Yeah, so that's the plan. We'll.
So we will keep it. We will keep it the way that we keep it as realistic as possible, in the way that the settings allow it. So we won't change the whole map so that we have an ultra realistic ecosystem, right? But we will do the whole feeding stuff and the way we play and what we use, and so will be more realistic than it is here in the testing, because I think we don't have to do much testing anymore.
No, I think you guys have done a pretty extensive job on that, and I've done a whole probably 15 hours of testing now with MaizePlus, and not managed to break it yet. I've learned some stuff, but
Dummy, hey, Sammy, hey too. Yeah, I think it is a good way if we can do a regular safe game play series straight in English, where you are much more involved. So I think there will be much more interesting topics where we can speak about, and showing it straight while we are doing it.
Yeah, so definitely. I'm hoping that we can use it to cover all the different features as we come across them as we play, rather than it being like some of the earlier versions of this stream where you would just show off one specific bit because you wanted to highlight it. It'll be as things come up, we'll talk about them in a bit more detail. Yeah.
Kat, I would never do any scaling of a tractor or stuff like that. I was just hoping that maybe the modder who made this model will make an M version. So this here is winter barley. This will be stuff that will be in with TerraLife, of course, the whole science. I think we will do them in English too.
Would be helpful.
Yeah, but it's you have to change. You have to double the signs then in the shop, so that you have to.
Yeah, I guess because they're a graphic, not a language-based thing.
Yeah. So you really have to make changes that you only have it when it's available for English and stuff. It will be possible. We have to do it with the seats too, but.
You just make people learn German. Just have it as a requirement for playing TerraLife.
What? Sorry, I was trying to read another letter.
This is just a requirement for if you want to play TerraLife, you have to learn German.
Yeah, that would be nice, right? Wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, it's quite easy if you always have the same 40 or 50 signs to read, but yeah. Can I ask M version for what? The M version of the Valtra, the T0 that we have now, we had on a farm. That is the tractor where I have the most hours on, and the M version of it is also the big body, but it's with a shorter wheelbase and 4-cylinder, and that was our front-loader tractor that did 15,000 hours. Just being a front-loader tractor and pulling bales around, so that would be nice to have it too. That would be one of my dream tractors As also are the JCBs, the 2140 and stuff like that, the older ones. That would make for me a complete new experience. And Cat in the Desert meant that I should not dare, no, that I should not scale this model to something, and I said I never would do that.
I'd love to see the old JCBs back.
Yeah. So basically a clumsy moped. Where are you? Good to hear. I think Farmer has one of the more special Varmint in work and other projects lined up too. Oh, I hope that he's not doing the one with the what is called Knicklenker. How do you call the steering of a wheel loader?
Yeah, and the pivot steering.
Yeah, so there's a Valtra with a pivot steering too, and I hope that he is not planning on doing that one, because it's an awful one. I mean, it's an interesting concept, but it's such a long beast in real life that yes, it's very, it is very, it comes around tiny corners and all that stuff, but it's such a long beast that it's so, it's good and bad in one thing. Yeah, it's like going out for dinner with your wife and your girlfriend on the same time. So it's really
a bad idea.
Yeah.
That's not going to end well. I think that tractor was on a YouTube video I watched a couple of days ago of someone going around a tractor show in the UK.
Yeah.
That might have been that Valtra. It was incredibly long.
Ah, he meant the one with the special turbocharger, okay. With the turbocharger or with the special clutch? Because we had turbo clutch on the M version. That meant that you could fully hit the brake when you go when you went for a bale, hit completely the brake without using the clutch, taking the bale with the clamp and then go backwards. It was like the turbo clutch on Fendt, but much better, because it was in use for 15,000 hours without any complaints. So the M version is and will be for me really the biggest, yeah, the biggest wish in direction of Valtra. So that means that this tractor here with just a slightly shorter wheelbase and 4-cylinder would be for me the really yeah, it would be a nice pick.
Yeah, I guess just being slightly shorter makes it more useful on a dairy farm.
Yeah, we did forage contracting, so that means that we had to do the T Valtra was baling, and the M Valtra was collecting all the bales. So always 2 or 3 bales. Sometimes I put 2 bales side by side, and then a third on top, and then I drove over the whole field to the wrapper. So with 3 big silage bales, he really had to had a big impact on the front axle. But with the Valtra air suspension or air, yeah, I think it's called suspension, right?
Yeah.
It really had no impact on it, so we had no worries about getting something defects or something like that. And it was heavy enough in the back that you didn't lift the ass up when you had the stuff in there. So it's a really powerful tractor, and yeah, it had only 140 horsepower from 4 cylinders, but the Newton meter were very high, and so you could also pull a 5-meter cultivator. Not with 12 kpm, but with 7-8 kpm, and he was constantly pulling. So really a nice one, a good one, and I really definitely and really love the T and the M version from this age. It's like the old JCB here, and the upcoming with the 20. No, wait, it was 11. I think triple 15, 1115 or something, and then afterwards the 2140. Those are the JCBs where I'm waiting for.
Yeah.
And then I'm so happy, and I'm quite so happy that I would just play with them. Would be enough for me. Wait, I have to figure out where the pipe. I put it all on the stick, but I'm not sure where I put it. So let's see if we can find it. Somewhere here? No, 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 no. This is when you have too many keys.
Yeah, this is why you just play with the keyboard. It's much easier.
Honest Strawberry Picker, why do you have so many tractors? Because this map
I've
here.
answered that for you.
Yeah, that you did.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm so focused.
It's fine.
That it's a test gameplay and all that stuff. And the other guys do not want to test. And if I have to test, I want to have it with decency, honesty.
It makes it easier if you don't have to keep swapping tractors for things when you're testing. You almost want one per job.
No. This is even not the reason, to be honest. Not
That's
because
why I do it.
No,
I'm doing the same sort of thing.
For me, it is in FS19. I barely got to play with the machines. Yeah, because I was doing all the edits. So the Valtras were back in FS19 in the base game, and I couldn't really use them. I only played at the end of FS19 for 2 or 3 months when we played on Bergisch Land, and there I played Deutz-Fahr and not the Valtras. So here I have to have a very big farm to have the different animal types and the different machinery to use to test if it's working with MaizePlus. And so I'm picking the machines that I want to play with. Normally you would pick for realistic gameplay, you would pick 3 or 4 tractors and your machinery and work with that. This is how the other guys in the team are playing. So they pick their machines they want to play with. Rainer, for example, or Sam have picked a small machinery park, and they do their stuff, but that is only that much that they can test. So they cannot test that the 6 meter whatever sewing machine or the biggest mower or something like that to test if it's working, or the big feeding mixer wagon. And so I have picked what makes fun to me. I'm not playing with the big case truck, quad truck or whatever, that stuff. I'm keeping it in that size where I'm used to and where I want to play with, so that I have fun while testing. So we don't set up a realistic let's play and prepare everything so that you get the best content. No, we are testing, and while we are testing, we stream. So it's just a streaming, the streaming of the test that you guys can ask, that you guys can see. And I'm trying to drive realistically and use the way you harvest and plant crops and so realistically. But the feeding has to be for testing purposes as fast as possible, as much as possible, and all that stuff. So we don't prepare like the YouTubers or Twitchers who do the absolute prepared realistic gameplay. This is what we do, basically the mods for you guys to play realistically, and until we have them finished we have to try to have some fun, and that's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, you're basically getting to, or you have been getting to see over the last few months, beta testing of and some alpha testing of MaizePlus. And if it wasn't being streamed, or if it wasn't being done this way, you just wouldn't get to see it, and Paul wouldn't get to have fun playing Farm Sim.
Yeah. And with I mean, you never have the size of the farm realistically to real life, because then your farm is always too small compared to the machinery you're using. Because with this machinery here, I think I would need to at least farm 1,000 hectare to have them well paid. But with giants already charging 10,000 euro of repair and stuff after 1 hour use. It won't fit anyways. So it's just I'm trying to make it the way that I have some fun with it, and I hope that we will have later on with the Terra Life maps with Bergisch Land and Holzer, that we are very soon after having a test version of it, that we are very soon at the point where we can say, okay, now we have tested enough so we can play realistically and don't have to care about the testing, so that we will really try to do all the ecosystem fitting to the fruits and all that stuff. But that's not what it's here now. This is why I don't care for the number in the right corner, in the right upper corner. I don't care if there's 19,000 or 19 million, because you wouldn't get the money anyways with trying to play realistically without having a fitted ecosystem. Rainer?
Zion, no, there will not be an open beta. It'll be released on ModHub when it's ready. The guys in the farming agency have been testing it internally.
Flex says you actually played relatively realistically on the French map. Yeah, that was because I didn't have to test on there. That was the quite the end of FS19, where we had the Terra Life beta in the Liberty West, and we had simultaneously a Terra Life beta on the Bergisch Land, so I didn't have to test, so I could focus more on playing realistically.
I have lots of trolls in tonight.
Yeah, they are the same from yesterday. They're those little small kids.
Stupid children.
Yeah, I don't care, because if we got their names, they are the same that were already there. Rainer?
Yes?
Auf dem, wo wir eben drüber sprachen, auf dem Discord, bann den auch direkt runter. Zu offensichtlich.
Mhm.
Oh, Rajit, don't go into it. They're just stupid little kids with tiny
Minds.
dicks that are trying to compare on the internet their whatevers.
The price of fame.
It's just how interesting you have to be for people that they take all the time to do so. They really try to impress, but this is what I said yesterday. I'm so glad that we are not on this realistic gameplay at the moment, where we have to focus on being as realistic as possible, and so that such trolls would disturb in any way. So I don't really care, because I could only laugh about them. They are such small children. And the good thing is that they don't know that if you have the more names you have, you can better get them, or you can better get behind who is it. Yeah, if they create new accounts, and they always think they are anonymous in the internet, but you aren't. Yeah. So the more you collect from them, the easier it is to get to them. And this is something that they don't realize, and they did the same on the farming agency channel. And with farming agency being a company, and Robert having a very good lawyer, where he pays a lot for, the sooner or later we will get them. And this is just why I just can laugh. It's So I think next Thursday will be an interesting one.
Yeah, it's gonna work my brain a bit harder if I've got to try and drive a tractor and talk.
Yeah, I will have big fun.
And do, yeah, I'll just make sure that no one's watching when I do stuff.
The the funny thing is, I'm not sure the how many save games did you start on Shovel or on Kamsten already?
One pretty much. Actually, kind of two, but yeah, I've got one. I've got a series running on it at the moment.
Yeah. So for me, it will be the third or the fourth.
Yeah. It's kind of limiting as to how many good UK maps there are. I would have said Attingham Park if it was out, but it's not available, so.
Yeah.
Sammy, just ignore it. It is spam. Yeah, driving carefully and me doesn't always add up.
Wait, I'm reading Yeah, the Moppy, this is exactly what I meant. Why the easy dev tools are normally not in use here. Because in do you have also some lures, Rainer, in the log?
Nope.
I don't have either, but Moppy has from Easy Dev Tools.
It's okay now, but
did you use something from Easy Dev?
Third person, yes.
Hmm.
Rajid, ignore it. No one is a chicken killer. It's spam. Let's move on. I guess the really good news is that the bits we were waiting for in MaizePlus are done.
Yeah. MaizePlus will go to ModHub in the next 8 to 14 days. So
yeah, we are very, very close to people actually being able to get their hands on it eventually.
Yeah, and just imagine they get the hands on the PDF.
Yep. Yep, which has been very carefully crafted in the last few days, or edited, because Limon did a lot of the work.
Yeah.
I just went through it with someone who speaks English.
Here it goes. The PP15 private. It's from ModHub. We just converted it. Really good news to hear, but without all extensions, there won't be any MaizePlus extensions anymore. It is MaizePlus and the CCM extension from FS19, basically, with some more features. All except for the growable fruits that you cannot add to a map globally. It's working globally. You got the more mower conditioner stuff, the grass types, the drying stages of it, and the feeding. And then there will be no MaizePlus extension anymore. All the fruits and all the other changes will come with our maps with Terra Life. This is the final, first and last release of MaizePlus.
And it's pretty much the final version of FS19 MaizePlus, plus some cool extra bits.
Yeah. Hey Paul, I have a question. Come by farming agency new Aisha tractor, as I am from India, South Asia, and No, I don't think that we will do any Eicher tractors at all. That are that young of an age. So to everybody in the chat now, no topic anymore on those trolls. Rainer, für dich auch. Also Rainer Toast, das gleiche. Ja, Thema beendet. Gehen wir gar nicht mehr weiter drauf ein. So Terra Life is like the big brother. Terra Life will be the all-out warfare, so to say. Yeah, it will be the big one. In FS19 we did with all the extensions, the map updates and all that stuff, and that led to me updating way over 100 maps and BGO updating also 30, 40, 50 maps, and on it was just in bits and pieces, because it was never with the horse extension was the intended first version. So this time we don't do smaller edits of MaizePlus. It's just one basically base mod that is globally for you guys to use, and later on everything that will follow up our map or maps that have Terra Life built in. So there's no extension or whatsoever, and there will be no MaizePlus needed for the Terra Life maps. Terra Life is the new the new one.
Yeah, and the streams you did at the FS19 give people a reasonably good idea of what that might include.
Yeah.
And if they didn't see those, there are some videos on my YouTube channel.
Yeah, on mine too. we have it all over on yours.
Yeah. No horse extension. Oh, no horse extension. Just MaizePlus.
Yeah. Bender Jonathan, we have so much manure that we really don't need the straw on the field, because we have so much manure that we can put on the fields that we really don't need it.
Yeah, and I'm guessing you have, I was going to say mountains, but lakes of slurry as well.
Yeah. And we do greenings and so on. Oh, come the horse extension also back? No. There will be no MaizePlus extension. This is the last final MaizePlus version. After that, only Terra Life will be there. Schöne Grüße gehen übrigens raus ans ADA-Team, ne? Liebe Jungen. Glaub mir, ich komme dir näher, als du glaubst. I could sell that straw in Disturbs BGA. Oh yes, you could.
You could. You could, or you could use the oppositions one, which you have on your map. Which I take very, very personally and feel very offended by every time you show it.
Yeah. And I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Just make it. It definitely won't be on Calmston.
Well, why not? What, the one from Vertex on Calmston? No.
Yeah.
No. We will use yours.
Yeah, we might even use. I might try and get the version that uses the new productions script done before then.
Yeah. So why can I not change? I know that I put the pipe, the upper pipe on the stick somewhere, but where? This is when you have too many choices. It can't be that I constantly have to search. Oh, there it is. Okay, that way. I will use the mouse at the end. The BGA that you have picked for Kamsen, will it be the small or the big one?
It depends, because we could replace the big one that's at the BGA now.
Yeah, that would be nice.
With my big one.
No, the other way around. Not that. I mean, if you have no idea on how less or on how few silage and stuff we have for the BGA.
True.
Yeah. So if you go even bigger, I thought we would use the small one.
Yeah. Yeah, it makes it's just a graphic in the end. The only reason I said to use the big one is because it has the options that you can run processes which use silage and slurry together. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not quite sure on how it works out with the slurry. If we really have that much of slurry to I'm not sure, but we will talk about that. I think when we can have some numbers from here.
Yeah, we can put both of them in, because depending on where we set up, we could put the little one closer.
Yeah. Yogi, good evening. Hi.
Don't know, Smock. That might be some of the changes that they made with contracts and going to productions. Because it would take a while to process 250,000 litres of potatoes.
Sorry, I have to do some
Okay.
moderation work too.
Noted.
Why are we unloading while standing? Because when I'm underneath the pipe, I can read the chat.
Because that's how he's doing it. You know? If you have that much of a problem with how it's being done, just sit there quietly or turn it off. Yeah.
I really find it interesting on how much variation you get now with yeah, basically we got for every playstyle, we got the fitting BGA, we got the fitting feeding. I think if you would use the correct amount of numbers, so the correct ecosystem for everything, I think we would need the whole map for just this one farm here for the animals.
Yeah. Yeah, I completely misjudged how much food I would need to produce when I added in MaizePlus.
Yeah.
And how many animals I could support with what I thought was quite a lot of land.
I mean, this is with MaizePlus being at the moment globally, so that means that everybody who uses it in his maps should change the numbers in the map for themselves, so that they can make their ecosystem fitting. If they want to play realistically, if they just want to have fun, I don't care. But it's impossible to make it globally that you change every map, because I know that there are so many maps in making that have so many specialties on it that we just would blindly overwrite their stuff, and this cannot be the purpose of doing so. So the time from now, from the MaizePlus release until the Terra Life maps will be there, it's just for people to have a little bit more fun, or just to avoid it. I mean, it's everybody can use it or can't. You don't have to change anything on a map. But with the Terra Life maps later on, we have a much better control of the ecosystem, so we can make it fitting ourselves, right?
Mm. Yeah. There's so much that you in theory have to change to balance it all out. That the best way to do that is so that people can just change things themselves. So if they're worried that the cows are eating too much, for example, they can set it so they eat a bit less.
Maybe you take one more path at the headlands, Moppy.
No, it's okay.
Yeah, but the tram line is at 9 meters, so you are below 10 meters for the headland.
No, anyone has opened the parking lot at the end of the field.
Yeah, but it's for me. It's later on. It's difficult to get the turns with the big baler if you have not enough headlands. So I need at least 15 meters headland for the big balers.
It's very rude, that guy that just parked all those tractors at the end of the field.
So animals eat more with MaizePlus mod added? Yes, it's if you play with 3 days seasons, it's 10 times more than in FS19 seasons.
And it's a lot more than base game FS22.
Yeah, base game FS22 is the same amount that seasons had in FS19.
Yeah.
And now it's 10 times more.
But you get a lot more milk and a lot more manure and a lot more slurry.
Oh, wie schnell fährst du?
10.
Alter.
Kleines Schneidwerk.
Bei 10 schneidet er doch gar nicht mehr.
Natürlich.
Komm, aber stehst du schon wieder ganz?
Ja, klar.
Today I'm really not into grain cart driving.
If only you had someone on the server who was really, really good at driving.
Yeah, they can all drive better than me. They're much younger.
Yeah.
They fit in smaller holes. That sounds wrong.
That's what she
Does.
said.
Adding MaizePlus makes animals so much more engaged. A constant complaint from me was that with FS22, if you have animals, you just kind of look after them once every few months. With MaizePlus, you look after them every day.
Yeah.
If you've got 130 cows, they will be eating an insane amount of food.
But,
good luck to you.
Yeah, but you have to say you can change it to your liking. Yeah. So
yeah.
That means it's not a given fact that you have to use the XML that we are using here on the server. You can change it to your liking. So if you don't like it with that much, you can change it. It's just giving an option and an example on how and why we did stuff the way we did.
And at the moment, if you just use MaizePlus without the animal food additions, they just eat a little bit more. Because the big changes come when you add the animal food additions.
Yeah.
And you can change that animal food additions however you want. So
it will be in well-documented tutorials by Disturb in English and by me in German. So we will have you covered, and there is this one thing that is called PDF to insert a Webster quote after your liking in here.
Yeah.
So
RTFM.
Yeah. Why are you destroying the crop? Because Moppy doesn't take it with the harvester, and I need the space for the baler. It just happened. it's just happened. Because I was when I'm reading the chat and driving, it's never good. and at least there was no fence where I crashed into, so I just destroyed some crop.
I really hope these people aren't watching next week if they're that critical about your driving.
Yeah, I mean, test drive disturb, right?
Yeah, go watch some of my stuff, and you'll realize that Paul is actually really good.
The funny thing is, when I started watching, when I started watching Modelleicher's streams, and he was already in the team, and there was always this, why are you driving into stuff while reading? Can you not drive straight lines and all that stuff? And then I started streaming, and my first day streaming, reading chat, using manual transmission and all that stuff, it was on Waldchen. I crashed in every fence. Every fence. All the time. Because it's so hard to focus on both. I mean, in real life, on a tractor, I can chat with my girlfriend on the mobile. I can eat a Big Mac. I can drink my coffee and have a cigarette and driving full speed at the same time. Because you got the feeling on how the tractor behaves and all that stuff. You don't have that in Farm Sim. And you never realize in real life on how long you are not aware of the traffic when watching other stuff. But in Farm Sim,
definitely.
you get instantly a reply from the game.
Okay, there are no new crops with MaizePlus because MaizePlus is a script and you can't add crops through a script. That will all come with TerraLife.
Yeah. How can I fix the lime texture in FS? What is wrong with the lime texture in FS? Oh, Dommy, I can tell you why they take it so serious. Because we have this guy called Modelleicher in the team, who is doing realistic gameplays and always pointing out on realistic stuff. And because he's within the team and the server, people think this is a realistic gameplay stream, but it isn't. We are just testing the game, so the only time that I have time to play the game with the setup, with the steering wheel and all that stuff, is when we are here on the server testing, and this is when I'm streaming. So I'm not streaming to show you guys I'm the best perfect YouTuber or whatever. No, I'm streaming and showing you what we are testing, and while we're having some fun and trying to have realistic field work. But for me it's important the realistic feeding, the realistic crops and all that stuff. This is important for me, but for testing it really doesn't matter. You have to test stuff. You drive faster than normally, you use bigger tractors than normally, you have more land than normally, you have more animals than normally, because you have to test. So we don't want to show you this realistic gameplay here. We just want to show you that we are working on stuff that makes Farm Sim realistically, basically more realistic, but the realistic gameplay and the realistic streams will follow up later on when we are finished with this. We could do this all in private, but we don't
do any of the testing.
I show you issues, mistakes, errors. I really don't care, because this is what basically happens. But people just cannot make a difference between Modelleicher and me when playing and streaming. Moppy, how many lines can you take? One up and down, or?
Ja, 2.
Also du kommst wieder bis runter, ja? Dann brauche ich beim nächsten Mal hochfahren, erst neben dir zu fahren, ne?
Ich war gerade abgebunkert.
Ja, deshalb frage ich gerade, weil ich wollte erst nebenher fahren, aber du hast ja gerade erst. Okay, dann.
Nee, hoch 1 runter geht auf jeden Fall.
Okay. Dann brauchst du nicht abbunkern, also kannst abbunkern, aber ich kann das auch dann abnehmen. You can donate by using the PayPal link that's in the video description if you want to. There's one for the farming agency, that is what our CEO Bull has, and you can donate to me. This is my account, but it all runs over the tax stuff from Bull's company. 2,000 acres and we don't chop any. I guess I missed one.
It's the question about chopping straw.
Oh, okay. Where did you get have the overloader wagon in the small field with a small harvester? It's just that we can play together. This is also something that I said. It's a small overload. It's a small tractor. It's all about soil compaction, and this is all what comes with TerraLife later on to take care of the ground of the field. So basically, the acre is the same. Needs the same care and the same food and the same treatment as animals do. And just to give you already a hint on what you can do to be good to your ground, this is why I'm showing the small auger wagon, the big wheels, less tire pressure, and so you have less compaction to the ground, and it's time sparing if the harvester doesn't have to unload and can go around and around and around. But with me having to read the chat and answer question and all that stuff, and wanting everybody on the server to have something to do, it is quite unnecessary, but it's necessary, so pick one. When is TerraLife for download? Probably next year somehow with our maps. It comes with our maps. We rebuild our maps: Salsa map, Bergisch Land map, Old Alt map, and one not announced map.
TerraLife is a brand, Smock.
Yeah.
It's the brand. It's a brand that's owned by DSV.
Have you any news about the coming DLCs? No, I don't have any news that I can share.
He's not DJ Goham.
Yeah, he has the same embargo as we have, so.
Yeah, I know.
Is there also machinery included? In MaizePlus there's machinery included, and in TerraLife there will be too. You will find on our social medias, so as on Discord and the news channels, a lot to stuff what is included as a spoiler, and I spoiled some stuff for TerraLife too, but at the moment I will leave it at the spoilers that I already did and not add any new spoilers to it, because it's in a constantly flowing process.
Yeah, so there are a bunch of videos on what could be in TerraLife from streams that Paul did at the end of FS19, and I did some summary videos on my channel. So if you want to get a feel for TerraLife, go have a look at those. Go watch some of the old streams that Paul did, because there's quite a lot in there and it's quite hard to explain it all in a short summary with less than about 15 minutes.
Yeah. I mean, with the spoilers that we did on TerraLife in FS19, it's basically 10 or 15% of that what is planned for. Can you go into the into the row again, please, Mike?
99%?
Ja, wenn du ansetzt, müsstest du eigentlich setzen unter das Rohr. So what we have in FS19 in the TerraLife beta streams that we did in also in English, it was on the Liberty West and on the Bergisch Land. That what was in there is 10 to 15% of what we have planned for TerraLife FS22, but oh, wrong direction. Go ahead. Drive. Just a second. I'm old, I have to... what the heck is going on? Now we're there. So we have planned much more for FS22 for the release version of TerraLife, but there are also some hurdles that we have to take. And some things change to the to really positive way, and others not so much. So if I spoil now something that we have planned and it's not coming out, it will be yeah, not the best, so to say. Why overload? Yeah, it's what I explained earlier on. Normally I would focus on my overload wagon and be the perfect auger wagon driver, and would cause no harm to the harvester, so that he has no time, that he doesn't have any standing time, so that he can harvest on and on. But with me having to do also the chat and stuff like that, I'm not the best example at the moment for an overload auger wagon driver.
Reading, talking, and driving is not simple.
Yeah, and then in a not native language with a head like a...
Yeah.
It's quite difficult.
At the moment, it's too early to say what machinery will be in Terra Life, because it's not entirely clear what features will be in Terra Life yet, and what brands will be available, and what time will be available to make machinery. Ask again in about 6 to 12 months.
I would say so, yeah. That quite fits.
As Paul said, he has lots of ideas. Whether all of them can be implemented is a different question. And the ideas are very cool, so it's worth waiting.
Oh, wait.
I can't believe you just tabbed to a different tractor. That's so unrealistic.
Unbelievable, right?
Yeah, I'm just going to stop working.
Yeah. It's so unrealistic.
Dimio, to get into programming, just start. Just find a project you want to do and just start. And no, MaizePlus will not include rice farming. MaizePlus does not include any extra crops.
I can tell you that the development of MaizePlus costs a lot of rice eating. I love rice and chicken and coffee, a lot.
And pizza.
And pizza and kebab.
I think there is a map that has rice on it, but I can't remember which one it is. And he's using vouchers because he likes driving vouchers.
And JCB.
Yeah, and JCB. I'm expecting there will be lots of JCBs on our constant map.
Not that many, and I think we don't use that many. I think 2 JCBs, 2 Valtras, and maybe one other smaller tractor, and we are good.
Okay.
So
you're in charge.
No, we are in a democracy. I mean, I don't live in UK, so I don't have to bow to the Queen. With all respect, so yeah. I mean, at least that was also a funny joke last time. Moppy said, "Well, oh well." I think it was Moppy or it was Rainer. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think it was Moppy because he had to remind you on the birthday of the Queen.
Yes. Yep.
So he said, "Well."
Yeah. Oh, that's a good idea. The Rice Plus extension.
Yeah.
That's in the same box as the MaizePlus forestry extension, I think.
Correctly.
I think the important thing for people to remember with this stuff is that the stuff that you see that's in MaizePlus is in there because the people that create MaizePlus enjoy that kind of thing, and it suits the stuff that they have done in real life. And so they know about it and they can understand it and implement it realistically.
Well, I'm an active farmer for 35 years. I was a forage contractor for 25 years. I'm 50 years old. Basically what I'm doing here is what I did in real life, and it's to educate on a play level people who have no clue what is happening in farming, and only to show you a possibility. Yeah, in farming it's always depending on your location, so it also can mean that you do it quite a totally different way in where you are located. But I want to show you possibilities so that you understand, because there are a lot of people who are not from with a farming background, but also we have guys watching who have a farming background and tell me, oh, I learned something new because I didn't know about that. I didn't know this or that. So it's not to show you, hey, we are the best modders, whatever. No. It's we do this stuff because we want to play with it. We want to share it with you. We don't earn any money. We don't gain any money out of it. So we really are in it by heart. For example, Modelleicher and Rainer are the experts for realistic buildings, vehicles, and all that stuff. This is where they are very interested in. So there are a lot of guys in our farming agency who are into young timers, old timers, so smaller sized stuff. And I'm totally into the whole crop feeding stuff, where I have my priorities to have it as realistic as possible. But I am a guy who's worked with tractors from 80 to 300 horsepower. So I was driving Valtras, Case, JCBs and all that stuff. So this is why I'm playing with those tractors and machinery. But Modelleicher, for example, he only has the smaller scope of the farming that he wants to play with. Rainer is something in between. He likes to play with the smaller stuff, but he said that he also had some interest in totally escalating one day on a very big farm, right?
Just all quad tracks everywhere.
Yeah, but it's you can speak up. I know you can speak up. You don't have to be quiet.
Wait. No, I'm not muted. I just checked.
Static, will there be the Novak from FS19 in TerraLife? The Novak in FS19 was from Big Pharma. It was not ours. We are partnered with Novak, and Rainer is building our Novak for FS22, and it will be not the same. It is the one that we have the contract with Novak for, that we were planning to do for FS22 in the first place, and just Big Pharma was faster in building also one. And I did the branding for Novak with Giants, and so he could release it on console too, even if Novak was not happy about it. So I don't know if the FS19 Novak machine will be in FS22. I don't know. I don't care, because we built our own. A friend built a map in India style. Do you know when the mod contest starts? No. I really have no clue. They said there will be a mod contest, but normally it should be a mod contest that is whether the winner is shown on FarmCon. So this year, no mod contest. Possibly next year, for the next year FarmCon, if there will be a FarmCon next year. I think if Giants has to announce something about that, they will do, and you will get informed about it too. So I have no idea.
I'm sure it will be very well publicised when it's going to happen. It'd be interesting to see what they announce at FarmCon. Whether there's anything about new deals, about, I guess there'll be a bunch of stuff about the Kubota DLC will be out before FarmCon, won't it?
Mm.
So maybe about the next DLC, which is the map extension pack.
Muss ich abtanken?
60%. Kannst du ja mitfahren.
Nee, dann bleib stehen, ist gut. Nee, ich muss mitfahren, ist gut. Ich tank ab, ja, komm, 60%, dann kommst du nicht mehr runter. The next DLC, you mean after the Kubota DLC?
Yeah.
I'm not sure if they will announce something about this, but I'm pretty sure they will announce something about this.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, it would be a shame if they make the FarmCon at John Deere all over the Kubota DLC that is being released before the FarmCon.
Yeah.
So right there has
Okay.
to be something new.
Yeah.
Joe, good evening.
Maybe it's an update to the precision farming advert, and we're going to get more John Deere stuff.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I hope that I will get in contact with the guys from Precision Farming, and I will try to talk to Stefan Maurus, because we have some interesting stuff that we can add to the table. TerraLife hint hint, DSV hint hint. So
Yeah.
that would be very interesting. But I can promise you that much: there will be no official talk about this. So it will be only. I can tell that I will try to, but what we talk about and will never be being public made. But I really hope for a lot of input to this stuff. It's quite necessary that we can see what we can do this farm sim and probably for the next farm sim when the old consoles are gone. Maybe there's a possibility that we can bring TerraLife to consoles too, as was intended in FS22, but with the release of FS22, when we saw that the old consoles are still in play, we pretty much had to cancel our interest and idea in having something for console in FS19.
Yeah, I mean, even having those old consoles in has caused you a lot of headaches just to get MaizePlus to work with multiplayer.
Yeah.
And MaizePlus is infinitely more simple than TerraLife.
Whee! It's so realistic that he unloads 1 meter.
Oh, so unrealistic.
But I don't care. This is why I love Ricky Gervais so much. He always says, "I don't care." I just don't care.
Ultimately, it's a video game. You know?
Yeah. If we would have super realistic farming, live stream, whatever, blah blah blah.
That's exactly what it says, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think. Well, no, it doesn't. No. It says you're going to talk to me.
I know that there will be a bleep, a blink, or a beep, but I know that there's a good English phrase for if someone misunderstands you and he's too stupid to understand what it means, and you say just fuck off.
Yep.
And I love it.
Sorry.
I love it. I just love it because it brings quite to the point what I mean. Insert a Wobster quote is basically the light version. in a more polite way, and yeah, but it basically means the same without annoying people that much if you say RDFM, but
Yep.
but it's basically saying the same.
I made a whole video series out of that one comment you made on someone's YouTube video.
Yeah.
Yeah. Called WTFM. Yeah. Rajid, you shouldn't be buying mods for FS22. It's against the Giants' terms of service for people to sell them to you.
Yeah.
And good night, Fatty.
What? He's gone?
Yeah, he said he was going to head to bed.
Oh. Yeah, this is, you see, I'm that old that I have to focus on one thing but doing 3 things in a row is or at the same time is hard. Not native English speaker speaking English, driving a grain cart, watching the chat, watching what I am doing, and trying to compensate my headache. So it's really it's four things. It's so hard, and always putting it in the wrong direction. The should be enough.
Okay, even doing it in a non-native language is enough, without having to try and speaking to someone in not your native language and then trying to do all those other things is very difficult.
Yeah. Will TerraLife add crops like peas, field grass, or other? Yeah, with TerraLife there will be at least the crops back from FS19 from the horse extension. That will be all in there. So much I can say, we're trying to get up to 40 or 50 new crops into the game. A lot of greenings, cover crops, and for your example, peas too. Stuff that makes sense, that is used in our regions here in Europe. So, but if we get it in there and if we have the right textures and all that stuff, we'll show the future. But yes, the TerraLife is meant to be the crop extension, so to say, but it's so much more than just crops. Smog farmers, oh, you remember! You remember!
Yep, just so that you can make pineapple pizza.
Yeah, I thought it was the remembering from the pineapple Paul from FS Club streams. It drove him nuts. You just mentioned that Paul is in the stream and it started with pineapples. Oh, pineapples.
We had that whole stream a few weeks ago where we talked about pineapple on food.
Yeah. And forage sorghum for silage. Yes, forage sorghum for silage, of course, because DSV has forage sorghum. We had it in the Le Petit West and in TerraLife in the Bergischland. We had the sorghum. That will be back. Hey Paul, just out of interest, what is your job in the farming agency? I heard Rainer and Modelleicher are the modeling guys, and Bull is administration, and you are social media guy in the team. Well, first of all, I'm the founder of MaizePlus. No, I'm the author of MaizePlus. I'm the founder of the farming agency. I'm the guy who made the whole support, partner support, community support, community management. I implemented the whole stuff into the maps. I created all the stuff except for the Lua scripting that made Modelleicher. So I am farming agency is mine, MaizePlus is mine. I'm the head of it all, and I'm the asshole that gets all the kicks in the face also because I'm the front man. So with me, no MaizePlus. Without me, no MaizePlus. Without me, no TerraLife. Without me, no farming agency. And also without my beautiful team, also none of those, because they are the guys who are putting the ideas in 3D models or in scripts. But all the background knowledge of and on how it works in real life comes from me. So we are a bunch of crazy people trying to get stuff together, and I'm also the guy who tries to connect or who connects people with each other in the farming agency. I'm the one who does the networking and all that stuff. Yeah, and I'm the guy who gets all the stress. Or how would you describe it, Disturb? I'm not sure.
No, I think that's a pretty good description of what you do. Yeah, as you said, you created it originally for yourself in
Yeah.
a map that you just wanted to play on your own, and then thanks to the other guys in the team, you've been able to turn it into a mod and all the stuff that was in FS19, and you're the guy who stands out the front and does a lot of the PR and networking and takes a lot of the pain, and you have to deal with random people like me. I guess you're also the guy that reaches out to new people to see if they're going to be useful or not.
Yeah. And yeah, as you saw with the trolls, there are so many people so jealous because there are so little fuckers that just can't do anything with their lives. Last time one of them tried to spread my telephone number, and it's free in the net, so it's free in the internet. So I don't.
Yeah.
And they made calls, anonymous calls, and they forgot that my number was in their phone, and they sent a WhatsApp, and they deleted it. So I got the number of one of them, and we called them back, and guess what? His mommy was on the phone. So
Brownswell, I think you completely misunderstood how it was described to you. I think you completely misunderstood what Paul said.
In FS19, I created MaizePlus for my map. Robert asked me if we could do it globally. I asked Modelleicher if he would do the scripting. So I created all the stuff. Modelleicher said, I will do the scripting for you, but I won't do any support, social media working, testing, or whatever. I just make all this stuff. And I really pushed it forward. I built it into over 100 maps. And yes, in FS19, at the beginning, it was basically Modelleicher and me alone. But Modelleicher did the scripting and I did the other stuff. And Robert is just with me, the co-founder and the CEO, so the chief of money, so to say. And there's nothing arrogant about it. It's just how to explain as it is. Yeah. And it was so much work that I nearly burned out, or I burned out. And I was close to quit all the stuff and to close the farming agency. You read what Quaka said? What Quaka's asking?
Yeah.
I think there's.
I'm not going to play 3 save games on Calmston, and we have a multiplayer on Greenlands that we could add it to.
Rainer, voll dein Ermessen, mach die weg, wenn, ne, du bist, du hast da Prokura. Und wichtig, auch für dich, Leon, immer erst melden, dann entfernen. Ne, weil wir, wie gesagt, wir brauchen die Namen. You see, and this is.
You seem to have attracted a very special audience tonight.
Yeah, we
have a very active delete button because I'm getting kind of annoyed with them all.
Yeah, we attracted them. We attracted them through that the trolls were at Modelleicher first, and I basically went in front of him and I said, "Not with my team, not with my friends," and they started to troll on our channels too.
Yeah, that's okay. I can just delete them.
Yeah, just not just delete them. You have to report them too, so that we get the names, and this can be back followed. So the more names we get, the more names that are reported, it all goes to the lawyer.
Cool, done. I'm new at this moderating stuff. It's quite good fun.
Yeah, it can be. It can be.
Giving me a little power trip.
Well, we have to think about what we do harvest next. I'm not sure if we should. I think we should start baling on here, Moppy.
Okay.
Because this was the last that was the last barley, right? I think. Yeah. It was, right? No. What? Wait. Give me a sec. It was the last barley because the other fields don't have any barley anymore from us. So we just have the oat and the wheat later on. Yes, we will do. I think we will do the baling, and store the bales later on too. So.
Are we going to get to see you do bale stacking again?
I'm not sure if I will stack the bales or Moppy will stack the bales. I guess it's better if Moppy stacks the bales because he's playing with controller and in the auto view anyways.
Mm.
I think it's easier for him to stack them.
It's just with last week with your battle with trying to stack bales.
I had to report some again, so
yeah. I have to do Google Translate first on some of them.
Yeah, it's just all the same background where they come from, and
yeah,
they
obviously have nothing better to do with their lives, so
yeah. And there's another group of people where they shared Modelleicher's real life channel the last time, and on the same day, on the same evening, it started again with the trolls. So
yeah, yes, the trolls are much thicker this evening. To answer the question, but
you can leave the harvester. You can leave the harvester here on the side, Moppy, so that we can come through with the baler and also. Yeah, I don't know. It's. I don't even want to talk about them, to be honest, because they are not worth it.
No,
they're not worth the time.
Yeah, I guess I could talk a little bit about my experience of using MaizePlus.
Yes.
Because I got a copy of it over the weekend, which is very much appreciated and wasn't at all expected. And it's really cool to have it back in FS22, having all the different silage types, having things like actually having to do things with my animals and feed them, and having all of the realistic TMR, and because although I made the mistake of buying 120 cows from the start, and realised that is an awful lot of feed to produce, and was trying to produce it with the realistic feed mixture, because with FS22 you can pick from about 6 different feed mixtures on the mixer wagon, And yeah, that was a real eye-opener that actually I need to feed my cows every day, and I need to feed them lots. And it's completely changed. So a lot of the stuff that I've been doing, I've ended up doing lots of other stuff because, as I said, with animals you don't have to do that much in FS22. And suddenly with MaizePlus, I had to focus entirely on producing feed for the cows and looking after them, and it was a really nice change. I guess the only bit that I haven't done yet is adding in the cut beets and potatoes to maize and grass silage. Pretty much everything else I've tested and played and works really well. Played around with some of the new machines, so or returning machines, so the starter mill is back. And I've been using some of the bite points and the silage pits that are included, because they're a really good size for doing things like brewer's grain silage and beet pop silage. Yeah, it's made FS22 much more interesting for me. It has meant that I have produced almost no content this week because I've been playing with MaizePlus. But it's been worth it because it's great fun.
What really bothers me a little bit is that I couldn't use the feeding as I wanted to in the streams, because it was always feeding, sleeping, next day feeding again. I mean, I really love the way you can make an easy feed, or you can make a feed as you like to. And if you make a feed as you like to, it's not coming in handy if you have that many cows and on the different places and all that stuff.
Cracker, you will be able to add them through the Animal Food Editions file very easily, and I will have a tutorial on how to do that for you. It's not included because otherwise it would have to be a required mod, and that's not how MaizePlus is set up.
Yeah, but we will send in the we will make a German and an English explanation introduction video, so to say, that will be linked on ModHub, and the PDFs will be linked on ModHub too, as they were by just for example in FS19 there was below every MaizePlus edition there was the PDF linked, and you will get the PDF early on. So I think probably end of next week we will release the PDFs to you guys, so that you can have a head start on learning what we do. Here you can Moppy, you can take the fast track with the big baler if you want to. Du kannst die Ballen machen hier mit dem JCB, mit dem dicken. Brauchst ja nicht Vollgas zu fahren, nur ein bisschen vor dich hin tuckern.
Bisschen Vollgas.
Bisschen voll, ja, nicht Vollgas, ne? Ich sammle die ein. So that you guys have or can have a look into on how stuff works, so that you can prepare questions where you can fire on, disturb them later on.
And we should also have, my plan anyway, and if Paul has time, we'll have a bunch of tutorials ready to go for release, so that hopefully we can cover most of the basics straight away, so you're not waiting for how-to videos.
Yeah.
Those will be linked on Discord.
With this time not outsourcing any of the stuff, not the promotion or the tutorials or all that stuff. So there will be no other tutorial from the start. It will only be from Disturb or from me. So both from the farming agency, so to say, in English and in German, and other partners, for example, like Simulacri or SMI modding. They will do some translations in French or Italian, and will do some voiceovers, and to give you guys right from the start everything that you need. And it also comes in handy if you already know stuff from FS19.
Yeah, if you're curious, go and reread the PDF from FS19. It'll give you most of what you want to know.
Yeah.
And if you want to look at that's the way to go.
But keep in mind not to expect new growing fruits with MaizePlus. This is something that you have to overlook in the PDF from FS19. Have you information on about Oxygen David's new map? Yes, I have. No, I won't share. And to be honest, in your tractoring modding, with you just joining YouTube today, I don't think that you are that honest to us as you should be. So I'm not sure if I should give honest answers at all. Just saying. Is that correct?
That is correct. Another one for the list.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you've done really well at attracting people today, but yeah, definitely go reread the FS19 one on specifically things like silage and feeding, brewer's grain, beet pulp, and that'll give you a really good idea. And no, you don't need a new version of precision farming because there's no new crops and there's no new fertilizing types. MaizePlus works with precision farming as is, and the grassland subsoiler works like it does in FS19.
Yes. Oh, now I know why Modelleicher yesterday unshamed them, because it doesn't work to the tip side. He had to tip to the back. Now I know why.
It doesn't want to work?
No, it does. It's possible that is it possible that the silos are already full? I mean, we harvested a lot, so oh yes, oh yeah, close to 200,000 liters barley already. The white silo is a mod. It's on ModHub. It's from DMI. So we will have to take the trailers later on, maybe to another silo. What I'm really interested in is on how we manage to get the feeding done, so that we can have a slow, steady gameplay without rushing and hushing, and but still getting all the food to the animals. That will be very interesting on how we can manage to do so.
Yeah, you're going to need to get really good at making TMR.
I think we can take the small self-driving mixer.
I was using a mixer edited to hold 90,000 liters to do some of the testing that I did, so that I could get through days quickly.
Shame on you. No, I think we can take our own mixer that we converted, so that you actually have to do mixing. Oh, I couldn't. Yeah, sure. It was not detached, so it couldn't tip.
Oh, that's that manual attach thing.
Yeah. So, but now I'm really curious if with the bin being close to being full, if I take the turn around again.
How much can you tip?
Yeah, but I don't care. Let's try it. Let's try it and see what we can do. I mean, it's fun playing. So, yeah, we just try again. We just try again.
We are definitely not having manual attach next week.
Agreed.
Because it drives me nuts.
But the other question is, are you capable of driving with Modelleicher's rugby script?
I have tried it and it does funny things, but I'll have another play with it over the weekend.
Oh, we can drive on...
Because I don't have a clutch, it does weird things.
Yeah.
But if you really like using it, then I will have a play and see if I can work out a way to make it work on keyboard.
Well, I like playing with it on this save game here, with the machines, but playing with you on Comston would make a good excuse to not use it.
Okay. I'm happy.
I mean, Rainer is also using it with just with keyboard, so it seems to work.
It does. I tried it and I kind of struggled a little bit. I tried it during the week in case I did end up coming on here tonight, because I know you do use it. It's just different is all. I need to do things differently. So if you really want to use it, it's not a problem.
I think it would be a good way to one time not use it, just to have to focus more on the stream. I love to drive them automatic too, just to have more focus on the stream. Why not? For me, it's okay. Me. Yeah. So we are. Oh, look at that! Oh, look at that! I don't know why the hoses were not attached, because I drove the trailers there. I didn't detach it.
Your farm hand didn't connect them up properly. You need to get a new farm hand in for doing that kind of thing.
Yeah, let's see on how it works between you and me next week.
It'll be absolutely fine, because there won't be manual attach.
Oh yeah, you're correct. You're totally correct.
There will be no issues with us not connecting things.
You're totally correct. So...
I think I've only ever used that once when I joined Virtual Farmers, or twice. I joined Virtual Farmers streams, and it's the only time I've used it, and I hate it. I don't know, hate's the wrong word. I don't like the extra steps it adds in.
Yeah.
Because I don't think that, forgetting to connect brake lines is realistic.
Smog Farmer, didn't you feel slower? Yeah, that is the funny thing. There was nothing to feel. It didn't feel this typical brake force with not connected hoses. So this is why I wondered. That's why I didn't think about maybe the connections are not there. Last time Deutsche was trying to fresh feed stuff on Rainer's farm, and it didn't work, and I switched onto the tractor and everything was disconnected. On his view, everything was connected. So there's, I don't know if it's really like people say the issue with there's a mod for hoses sound.
Yeah.
For the air hoses, and people said that they have issues with this and manual attach in multiplayer. So I again forgot to unclick it, so I didn't delete it because we wanted to test it if this causes the issue or not. So yeah, it's possible that it's not really a manual attach problem, that it's just
it's a mod conflict.
Yeah. I will save for a second. Attention!
I will get to the question that's been asked, that someone's asked me in chat in a second. I'm just doing something else in the background.
Yeah.
done. So, Vanelli, I have a small YouTube channel, and I am also the UK ambassador for the farming agency. So I am the kind of English-speaking representative for the farming agency. I've been helping test MaizePlus over the last weekend. I have helped with the English version of the PDF. And I try and keep Paul sane when we randomly chat to each other.
How you forgot in front of the word?
No.
You're trying to keep me insane.
No, I try and keep you slightly sane.
Oh, this is already you trying. No.
Is this me trying to help you?
Oh, I really don't want to know how you do when you try to poke me. No, you're doing a good job.
So the reason that I'm involved is that back in FS19 I started making random YouTube tutorials on MaizePlus stuff on my own, and Paul liked them, so we got in touch and we started chatting, and from there I ended up getting involved.
I'm struggling again with these low attachers and the
Connect the hoses.
no, just the triggers.
And yes, Smock, I am very slowly learning German, but very slowly. I think it would be several years before I can actually hold a conversation.
But at least you are trying.
Yeah, it's funny because apart from the fact that we talk, so much interesting stuff in FS is in German, and that's motivated me to learn.
I found a very funny meme today. It was about the Americans, from an American, and it said, you guys want to travel the world, funny on how rude you are to people who are not speaking English.
Yeah.
That was such a nice quote. I really could feel it. And there are so many people who are willing to learn, Americans, British, and every nation, and always the ones who are complaining about others not speaking English are the ones who are not willing to learn another language. Why do you put 2 and 2 together? It's the worst I can have for the bale loader here.
Fun.
No,
You should be manually loading them on a trailer.
No, it's just annoying to have them step by step to each other. It kills me driving, loading, and reading the chat, because now I have to focus completely on the screen. This is really annoying. This trailer here was the main thing in Farm Sim League. And I heard that this season they took them away. The Anderson.
So they have to manually do all the bale work.
I mean the physics and all that stuff is in the Farming Simulator League much better. So you really have better bale control. If it would be the way it is in the Farming Simulator League in the base game, it would be really awesome. The bale handling.
Yeah, is that just because of the extra processing, and because they don't have all the other stuff in the Farming Simulator League version?
I guess so, yeah. There's much less stuff that they have to have as workload on the CPU.
Yeah.
There's no growing, there's basically nothing.
Yeah, it's just harvesting and picking up bales.
Yeah. So
I didn't crack it because I don't remember which meme it was.
Is there RTFM meme from Rhoda?
If he sends it to me on my Discord, I'll forward it to you.
But am I the one who needs to read the menu? I'm not sure.
You do actually. You haven't read it since I've changed it, so you do need to read it. Could all be wrong now. I don't think the mine would have let me change it, so it was wrong.
Vanilla and Marie, thank you. We just try to be as honest and as natural as possible. And it's funny on how we also attract some trolls just by being just regular guys. I don't know why this happens. So I'm quite happy about all the regulars that are around us, that support us, sometimes just use some kind words or being supportive in other ways. This is what really keeps you going, because what a lot of people just don't have in mind is that we don't make this mod for others so that we are the yay modders. It's quite the opposite. When I got asked to make MaizePlus globally, I just said, why? I want to play with it. Why do I have to care for others and do the support and all that stuff? I don't need this. I want to play with it. And it ended up in me not playing with it, but doing it and implementing all that stuff. And a lot of people really didn't appreciate the work that we did for them. They just thought now we are the ones who are always building it in there and we are doing it for them. No, we don't. And all those people who are just kind and decent with us and respect the way we do stuff, they are the ones where I'm now really are doing it for too. Yeah, so it changed to, yes, there are people out there that I really want to have the stuff that we do, and I'm quite happy about it that we have such a big fraction of community in there. But all the others who are just, is careless the right word? I'm not sure. Respect.
There's probably words that I shouldn't say on a stream.
You mean
disrespectful?
Yeah, no,
disrespect.
It's not just not disrespectful. This is too harsh. Some people just don't care about the modification, and it's okay, but they try to make a personal vendetta out of it. Yeah, so small-minded. So there are a lot of small-minded people out there, and those who know us now for 2 or 3 years know that we are always for together, and those people are trying to destroy it, but we try to keep it up the way that we did. So this is of course attracting people in a positive way and also in a negative way, as you saw today or yesterday when the trolls showed up. You attract such people, but those are a minority, really. They are not the majority.
No, I think everyone who does stuff attracts those once they gain a little bit of visibility, and the good bit of the community that you have is really good, and I think that's the important bit.
Sorry if I have to interrupt you, but what Smog Farmer says, this respect for the modders and their hard work, I really don't like that, because it always sounds like the way when I described what I do, what I am for farming agency, where people said you are very arrogant. For me this sounds arrogant, because you don't have to show extra respect for modders or their work if you just respect other people. You don't have to specify respect women, respect modders, respect. If you just respect other people and be a decent person, we didn't need this sentence to say at all. Because if there's a decent guy who respects other people, respects yours and mine, right? And this is something, there's in the German community, there's something like hashtag respect for modders, and I really get goosebumps in the bad way when I read it, because I always say it would not be necessary to say something. I think it's not necessary to say something like that, but it wouldn't be necessary at all if just people were to each
Respect
other.
people.
Yeah, just be
Yeah.
to the other guy the way you want to be treated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People are so brave behind a keyboard.
Yeah.
When they're sat in, mum's basement, and it's really easy to be brave, but it's not. As it is, just be respectful to people, be polite. You'll get a lot more out of life if you're nice to people.
The meaning of trolls in English is basically the same, I would say. Trolling is the English word. So in German it's trollen, trolle, the trolls, trolle, trolling,
trolls.
trolling, trollen. It's basically the same, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, it's also it's hard for me to stream in English because I didn't speak English for a long time anymore. So I had back in the days was very fluent in English, but then after the accident and coming to Farm Sim, I really respected a lot of the English community, of the English modders, because they were more interested in details than most of the Germans were. So as you saw with the what was it called, more realistic mod and stuff like that, it was basically FS22 where you could pick up the guys.
Yeah.
And with MaizePlus being in so many English and American maps, and French maps and Italian maps, it became obvious that there is a needed space for English explanation from the modder itself. I'm trying to get better in my English. I learned most of the English phrases for Farm Sim through other way around. The most English phrases for realistic farming I learned by Farm Sim, but with me having those bad migraines so often, it's double hard for me to focus on playing, explaining, talking in English, and I'm still not back to the point where I didn't have to think before talking. I mean, you always have to think before talking, you should at least, but I have to think in German to speak in English, and back in the days I didn't need that. It was just fluent, and I'm not still there. And with Disturb, I'm really happy that he's now with us, so that he can be, as a native English speaker, at least compensate for a lot of stuff that we don't do. And I really like him, and he does a good job. So
thank you.
Even with not the specialty of English ambassador, you're still a very worthy and needed a part of the farming agency. So.
Thank you.
How about not playing then and concentrating while streaming? Yeah, well, the problem is the only time that I really can play the game is when we do the tests, and this is when I stream. I'm not playing to stream. I'm streaming while playing. So it quite doesn't make that much sense. And when I was, for example, in the background playing, when Modelleicher or so was streaming on a farming agency's channel, and there were questions and I was answering them, people started to say, why does he talk so much? So me being in the background just explaining isn't that good at all.
Yeah. Cracker, you do not need the new manure fix with MaizePlus. I don't know if it works, but you don't need it. MaizePlus produces enough manure without that.
Oh wait, I can go.
Obviously, Paul is running quite a lot of mods. I have tested it with most of the standard mods that I use. I only found one minor mod conflict, which is mentioned in the PDF. Everything else I found works fine.
Yeah, that was or that is something that that has Modelleicher has the intention always that we do clean scripting, that we have no conflicts. There are mods out there that just don't care on how they script, and
Yeah.
they don't care if there are other mods using the same. Modelleicher always cares for that stuff, and this is why we basically made clear who had which job to do. And I cannot script. I have no clue about scripting, and he is a really good guy in scripting. So yeah, and I'm a good guy in talking. So I made the support and all the background and the implementation, and he made the scripting. So he has to focus on this, and this made MaizePlus in FS19 to one of a few mods with close to none existing mod conflicts. And we try to achieve this in FS22 also, but there are not that many mods out yet. I mean, there are a lot of mods where people try to be faster than the original modder with bad converts and all that stuff, but they have their conflicts with themselves. So I think it will be very safe to play with MaizePlus without having conflicts on stuff.
Yeah, so I'm playing with pretty much all of the standard mods that I would use, and that includes script mods, and they work just fine. The only one that didn't was one to take pictures with, and it didn't break things. It was just annoying, and there are alternatives for that. So
the funny thing is, I mean, it's quite interesting on how much impact you can have on people recognizing mod conflicts. When Limon left in the PDF the warning not compatible with Bunker Silo.
yeah,
When it's no issue at all anymore, because Elke is within our team, and he used for the update the same bunker switcher that we did. So that was the conflict, using the same switcher with different fill types. And Elke won't update his bunker silo anymore, because we have MaizePlus. There's all in there that he had, and we work together on it. But the impact that it took so long, most of the time, if the switcher was not working, it was because bunker silo was in the thing.
Yeah.
Most of the issues were bunker silo, and always don't use bunker silo, don't. And now it's so imprinted in people's mind. And I really hope that, or don't use enhanced BGA, for example. That were the only two things that didn't work well, because he completely did the BGAs on a different way. He set the price for silage and all that stuff to 0, to non-existent, and that didn't work with our stuff.
Yeah.
So those are the two major things that have imprinted in people's minds, and this is why we have for FS22 no clue what the next imprint will be. If there will be some mod out there where it's not working or so, but from our perspective, we did all from the scripting that way, that if we override a function or use a function, we always had in mind, if someone else is using the function too, it will still work.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are people who are using scripts and override functions, and the way that other people cannot use this function anymore, and then you have issues. And we try to keep it open. We had a lot of feedback from Wobster and Rakeen and from other developers from Giants, so that they are informing us on how to do stuff, that it doesn't break stuff, and that was quite important. And this is why we care. Yeah, we want to have other mods and other modders playing together, and not just shutting someone out because we are now with MaizePlus and blah blah blah. No, we try to care. We do care.
People asking questions are people from my Discord. I am going to test those couple of things they asked about the manure fix and the extractor.
Silage sausage fix don't. Hey Quacker, come on, really? You're asking this, I think, the 3rd or the 4th time. not today, but I remember because it was always you that I answered it. In FS19, it didn't work because Rakin said, please don't touch the Anderson bale wrappers. It was a pain in the ass making seasons work with it. Please, it's a fragile, don't touch it. So we didn't touch it. And FS22, it's now no closed DLC anymore, so it's in the base game. And yes, of course, it's working with the X wrappers. It's not whole crop silage, it's grass silage and whatever you put in there.
Yeah, I'll have a play with it, because I can chat to them in my Discord then. So I am happy to test things like that, because I've tested most of the things I wanted to test.
You have poor memory, and then you fit so fine to Modelleicher. It's called situational dementia. I have it too, so sometimes. No, I mean it's the X wrappers still have some. I mean, a lot of stuff has some issues with the synchronization in multiplayer, and there's one thing that we have not figured out yet. It is if you do the X wrapper, and it doesn't matter if you use MaizePlus or the base game. If you use the X wrapper in multiplayer, you do square bales in it, and afterwards, when it's fermented, you should be able to or capable of cutting it open and taking one unwrapped bale out of it, right? It should stay as a pipe, as a tube. You just take one bale out. But it doesn't work that way. If I try to open the tube, suddenly I have all single bales. Wrapped, but all single bales. And those are called, you have to look in the XML. They are called single blah 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 whatever bales.
Yep.
And I could not make them to work with any big bale loading wagon or whatever. And I couldn't. It was impossible for me to.
They're not a standard bale that it produces.
Yeah, they are not standard. But even if you put them into the XML and all that stuff, it doesn't work. So it's quite difficult. It's working all fine with MaizePlus, but it should not unpack or unstack the tube. That's what
I haven't used that since it broke the multiplayer save that we had, and I had to go in and manually delete every one of the extractor bales for it to load up again.
Okay. Yeah, we had we forgot to implement the grass fermented into those at the beginning, and I made 150 of those. And we forgot to implement it in some other X wrappers too, for the round bales. So we had a lot of whole crop silage in this save game, and we needed grass silage. So I I changed the fill types in the save game completely from silage to grass fermented, and we had no problems at all anymore.
Yeah, and one of the cool things that's in MaizePlus is the square bale, the normal square bale, or square and round bale wrapper will wrap the 240 centimeter bales.
Yes.
Which the base game one doesn't. That's really cool. It was really useful when I was making square whole crop silage bales, and I made them in the big size, and then thought, oh no, I can't wrap them. And then I remembered that there was your one in there.
The bigger X wrapper that takes the 180 round bales, also takes the 240 squares, and then we have the additional 14. No, what is it? 41. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That can wrap also the small bale stacks, grass stacks. If you do it with a small baler, you press bale the small bales, you put them into a stack, and then you can wrap them with it, and you get small bale grass silage out of it.
Yep, that is something I've just added to my list of things to test because I hadn't done that yet.
Yeah. Can you unload, please? I have to pee for a sec. I'm back in a sec. Please take over.
Yeah, so to answer your question again, Vanelli, I just talk, thankfully, this week. Next week will be much more challenging when I try and drive a tractor and talk and read the chat while Paul streams. Definitely makes life much easier doing one job. Levi, I don't know which head tracker Paul uses. I know he uses one, and I'm sure he can answer when he gets back. I'm not going to sing, and do not tell the joke you told last week.
So you're back again asking for jokes, right?
No. I told Quacker he wasn't allowed to tell the joke he told last week.
I was just wild guessing. I didn't hear it. I just heard the end of joke. So I thought, oh, here we go again.
Which head tracker do you use? Someone was asking me about TrackHat.
I'm using Track IR5.
Okay.
I guess it was inline bale, but needs to be square bale wrapped. Yeah.
I think it was inline. The inline bale separated or something like that.
Yes, it was a longer. Yeah, but then.
Yeah.
And it is. I don't know. It's there was something, but I couldn't make the Anderson to take any of it. So. Or neither of it.
But I still think there are things wrong with the X tractor X wrapper thing because it broke my save game.
Yeah.
I think those are Giants problems because that was before I had access to MaizePlus.
Yeah, the same with the bunker silo not unpacking. People thought in FS19, it's a MaizePlus problem. No, it is not. It was back in FS17. It was fixed in FS17. It was back in FS19. But the more bunker silos you use, and with MaizePlus and forage and horse extension, you had a lot more, and you made a lot more silage. It just was more obvious that it happened.
Yeah.
And in FS22, it was also happening, and there was no MaizePlus for 6 or 7 months. So. And I thought with the last patch where they said they did bunker silo fix, I thought they fixed it, but they didn't.
No, definitely not. I actually found the best fix for that was from one that Smock Farmer told me, which was to go into the XML and change it from open to set front open to false, so it recloses. I did not get on well with the enhanced bunker silo mod you sent me.
No, the solution was it's pinned all over FS19 MaizePlus thing is to go into the items XML and do this. And this is something that Giants has a problem with loading a saved bunker silo.
Yeah, it's always when I reload that things go wrong.
Yeah, and I think it switches from back to end or something like that because. We could not bring into the game the or the unloading of a silage shovel. If you go into the bunker silo, take a shovel of silage, and it is too much, you cannot put it back.
Yeah.
So we had this running. It was working, but as soon as you saved the game, went from the server, started the game new, came to the save game, it messed up the bunker silo. So it was not because of us, but because we did this, we recognize the issue that Giants has, that there is a loading problem from the save game. A save problem with the engine itself, nothing to do with MaizePlus. So, and I think they thought they fixed it, as we thought we fixed it, but some saves later it occurred back. So this is why we left it out in FS19, and we didn't even try in FS22 because the issue is still there. So we said, okay, we don't even try it, because as long as the issue is still there, we don't need to do it.
It's better for Giants to fix it than for you to try and fix it.
Mm-hmm. I mean, there are a lot of talking points on the FarmCon. I hope that we have a lot of people there with similar issues or questions, so that they see, oh, it's a major one. I will definitely try to talk to them in private about stuff, so that maybe they have a solution or have a knowledge of the issue that they maybe cannot publicly talk about, but as long as I know the reason for it, it makes me sleep better, and it doesn't cost us so much effort to try to fix it if it's not fixable, for example.
Yeah,
if there's something, for example, if they say with the shifting, if they say it's not possible for us to do a second, how is it called? You got the gears, then you got the one below the other gears. How are they called?
The ranges.
Yeah, it's not possible to implement a second range set because of the automatic and the console shifting. It's not possible to make it shift clearly. This is something that is understandable. Yeah. So okay, it's completely understandable. This is why Modelleicher then said, okay, then he will do his stuff for PC version so that we can use it and do it. So there's no bad feelings or something. Just if you get the explanation, okay, we cannot do it because of this and this reason, it's completely understandable. And if you get maybe an explanation for something, just to have a plausible reason why, for me it's enough. Yeah. So.
And it if you know the answer, it just makes life easier when you're trying to deal with it, with what you're doing, or when people ask questions, you can just the answer might be, well, Giants are working on it.
Yeah, this is the same with the issue reports. Lars explained it. If you have an issue report and you get an answer on it with marking, for example, no fix needed. A lot of people misunderstood that and meant, but it's a big issue, why is there no fix needed? And Lars explained, it's just a note for the developers. So the issue report comes in, someone looks over it and sees, oh, we are already working on it, or it's already solved with the next patch. They make the note, no fix needed. It doesn't mean that this issue doesn't need fixing, it's just for the guys who are working on it. So, but people were complaining so much about it instead of just thinking or asking. The same way I told you, right? With just ask them.
Yeah, it's definitely the best solution when you have a problem with things is talk to Giants.
Yeah, they're really helpful, and of course if you spam them or be rude or whatever, just expect them to be the same regular people as you are and we are. If someone asks nicely, you will reply and you will try to help them. But if you go like an elephant in a glass house, I don't know if these sayings are translating well, but you get the meaning.
Yeah,
they will not reply. Often they reply nevertheless, but just one time. But they are really, I mean, Lars Lizatan with his community team, they do such a great job. And the saying, don't kill the messenger. And he's the messenger in both directions. He's the messenger from the community. He has to carry the complaints and issues to the developers, and he has to communicate with them, and what they say he has to translate he has to bring to us and tell us. So he always gets the shitload of both sides, and
Yep.
but he does a very good job, and because of him and his team, we have such a good working patch policy at the moment. They react very fast. Yes, of course you can argue, yeah, but with every patch so much changes and I have to redo my work. Yes, but back in the days we were complaining about Giants not reacting on reports, so it took so long and you had to fix your stuff either way. But now they are reacting very fast. They try to get it very fast out of the way, and of course the little effort that you can make is just fix your mod. I mean, we were very scared with these patches that it would cause trouble with MaizePlus, and we just had one in the beginning, and all the other patches didn't cause any trouble. So I know a lot of mods had trouble with stuff.
Yeah.
We
Particularly script heavy mods, which MaizePlus is.
yeah, for us it was really a big surprise, but of course we were happy that we could go through it without having major cost issues. So, oh, Rainer,
Yes?
I left you one potato plant here, right? As a reminder. If you watch this in a couple of seconds. Oh no, there are two. Oh, three. These
Achso.
These are the Rainer potatoes. the ones when we were planting the potatoes this day, we had a very, very bad connection. It was so laggy, and you had rubber banding, and you were suddenly here planting in the field where it belongs to, and all of a sudden you were 50 meters away ahead, and you were planting in the barley. So that was it was one of the worst days that we had, and yeah, it happened to him, and I was planting oat afterwards, and I really with every single lag I just jumped out of the tractor that it didn't go any further when rubber banding was, so that I could do the seeding correctly. It was really hard, but now they are grown. The potatoes are grown.
So you can come over and dig up the 4 parts.
Yeah. So Moppy, are you ready to stack some bales? Moppy has left the building.
Yeah. I think that's a no.
No, are you ready for it, or are you into it?
Die liegen doch gut.
What?
Die liegen doch gut.
No. They will rot there. Oh wait, there's no rotting in FS22. I will put them all under the shed here, and then from here I will stack them into the sheds, to the other sheds. I'm still waiting for the outdoor bale stacks that just have a tarp on them and no buildings around them. With us growing our farm with the speed and scale as we do, I think we will need these sheds anyway. So why not put some straw bales in there?
There's space for another 6 tractors.
No, I don't. I mean, there are only 2 tractors or 3 tractors that I would put on the server on an instant. That is the M version of this one, and that are the 2 JCBs where I told you about, the 1115 or the 2140, and that's kind of it. I mean, if there will be maybe there will be a Vulture DLC or something like that, or good converts or new built Vulture cheese and S models. Of course, I will change them. I will get rid of those that I've got on the server, and I will take the new ones then. But there will be no more tractors, no more new model tractors on my farm. Because I got all I want to. Oh, and oh, that was close. No, it was not close. But Henshin King is gone, so there's no clip. But there are other guys who can clip. Oh. Holy moly. Nothing to see here. Nothing to see. Nothing to see here.
No, it's all fine.
Is the tire pressure good? Yeah. Okay, there. Thank you. Shit. I just forgot on how long and far you have to take the curve. Stop it! Stop! I emailed Giants about the Diddy 22 phone app and got a reply within 24 hours.
I found with stuff
Vanilla
that I
and Molly,
messaged
thank you for visiting us here in the English stream too. Have a good night. Sorry?
I found whenever I messaged them for support about stuff, they were generally very quick answering.
Yeah. They normally do. They really do fast replies.
The biggest problem is usually when people just don't ask them. They just go and complain on social media.
Yeah. And that is definitely not the way to do stuff.
No.
I mean, the good thing is that you have the own experience, me telling you that, and you just thinking, what is he telling me? And then for yourself getting exactly the result that I promised you.
Yeah.
And this is something that most people are not capable of because they just complain. I tell them, just ask Giants, text them in a decent way, and they will answer, and they don't do it then, right? They think Paul is crazy or whatever.
Which he is, but...
Yeah, no, but in this special topic, it's just working. It is just working.
It does. It's by far the best way to solve a problem with something that you have with Giants.
Yeah. And getting people to recognize a certain way, a certain silver lining on how to report stuff is, in my opinion, one of the best solutions for everybody. If Giants knows that if you have a question, it's a decent question, you will properly form your question, you will get a proper reply. Because it's the same as I handle stuff here in the chat. If people are asking what map, when MaizePlus, then I tell them, okay guys, you got one more attempt to give a proper question, well formed, is it the right way, formed?
Yeah, that's the right word.
Because if you don't have any interest in or putting some effort in asking a question, why should I put any effort in answering it, right? And yeah, people oftentimes just don't see it that way. They just think they are the kings and people have to reply. No, they don't. They just don't. There is nothing. For example, we don't get any money. We don't sell any more. There was this question where people demanded on MaizePlus. They were waiting for month and all that stuff. And I said, what is your purpose or what is your reasoning for having any demand on MaizePlus? Any? You know, in Discord where this.
Yeah, that was fairly recent, wasn't it?
Yeah. There's no demanding. I mean, I'm not that type of guy that says you don't have the right to get an answer. If someone is asking properly, of course I will try to answer if I can. But and there we are back to just be a kind and decent person. Then you don't have to. If you respect other people will respect you, and we can all play the same game together and having fun and all that stuff. But people don't see it that way very often.
And I think people don't realise that you would have been much happier if MaizePlus was released 6 months ago.
Yeah. Because
it's not like you've been holding it back so people can't use it.
No, because of MaizePlus is just meant as a nice bridge until Terra Life is done. But we needed MaizePlus to be ready and released to go further with Terra Life, and with MaizePlus being out of the way, yeah, Terra Life, here I come. So that is the next step, the next workload that I have in the background, and the longer it takes to release MaizePlus, the longer it takes to start working on Terra Life again. So, and people oftentimes forget that if you annoy someone with something or for a mod that is just for us there is no pressure to release it. Yeah, we are doing it for us. We want to play with it. We could play on and on with it, and yeah, I don't care if I could just say I don't care if other people have it, right? But we are.
You make it so you can play with it.
Yeah. So and every that is a nice combination now. Oh, that's a nice combination. Let's see if we get it. So I want to share it with you, but I don't want to have extra stress or aggressive behavior against my person. I think I made a mess. Everything that falls behind, nobody sees, right?
No, that's fine.
So
it's fine.
So it's
what you fix afterwards with super strength.
No, it has to be packed or stacked in the other sheds. No, but it's really the more fun you have to share something that you do for free.
Yeah.
The more likely it is it goes faster for release. But if you're doing something in your free time, spare time, and invest in support and all that stuff, and people always get angry at you and behave that way, you just stop caring. I was at a point where I said I don't ducking give a damn anymore.
Yeah.
Then we just quit it. Then we just use MaizePlus for us, use the Terra Life for us. We don't have to go through testing, through all the stuff. We just can play with it. We don't have to show anybody the log files or whatever. We can use whatever we want. We can take stuff from others to use it, because we don't release it, so we don't have to have any permissions or stuff like that. We just can go on and have fun with playing with it. But no, we don't. We try to share it with you guys. Yeah, we try to share it with you guys.
Yeah. And you know, the more people that understand that and help when people ask those dumb questions, the better.
You know, the other thing is, I guess you can expect now, or think by yourself, how many new friends you suddenly get. Yeah, with can I have a preview of MaizePlus? Can I have a preview of the Bergisch Land? Can I have a preview of the Holzer map? No, we don't give out any previews or stuff, because people are necessarily is the wrong word, but those people who are asking for stuff are mostly the people who are sharing the stuff. And so we don't give it out. And even Robert didn't receive a copy of MaizePlus very late in the testing. And I mean, he's my partner. He's the co-founder, and he didn't complain at all. He said, "Okay, you're the boss. It's when you say it's okay, then I get it."
Yeah, I didn't expect to get a copy until it had gone to ModHub.
Yeah, I mean,
Actually, no, realistically, I didn't expect to get a copy at all until you said you would give me a copy.
yeah, and I'm very sorry that I just forgot to give you the copy, because I had a timetable where I thought that we have the 3 issues fixed, and I wanted to give it with the issue fix. And then I thought, okay, it will take some time until Modelleicher does the fix, so I will give it to you anyways, because you know the problems.
Yeah.
And then I just
And
forgot.
the day after, it got fixed.
Yeah, and I just forgot. So you
Yeah.
should have gotten it 1 week earlier, but just talking about it and getting, you know. Did you see from Caliph?
Yeah.
Just.
Nope, there is still no Maize.
I mean, just talking about it for the last 20 minutes, and then you get an instant. That means that he was not in the stream for the last 20 minutes. So
Yeah.
that means he's just coming into the stream to pop up this question.
Yeah, no hello. Well, there is a
Yeah.
hello, but no engaging in conversation first.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah, you just came, and this is what I just meant. I talked about exactly that for the last 20 minutes, and MaizePlus will be up to ModHub testing in the next 8 to 14 days. But I just said that people are demanding or complaining, or I mean, you did it not in the worst way, yeah? So don't get offended by me now pointing out you, but you just basically gave the example of what I was just saying the last 20 minutes.
it's only July. It's too busy to too soon to cut maize.
Yeah, that it is. I mean, I didn't. Whoa, Moppy has very, very good eyesight. Did you see on how fast he went into the shed? Or
No. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And there was only. I mean, in German we would say Sackhaaresbreite. I don't know if I should translate it, but it is meant that there just fitted some of the intimacy hair between.
Yeah, don't translate that.
Yeah. I don't know if there's a good Zulu host. Hey, I don't know if there's a
don't
good
translate that.
But it was close. But
It was very, very close.
yeah. But you see how much confidence he has in driving. He has driving
Yeah.
skills.
Yeah, and he has a good internet connection, obviously.
Not like me having here. I'm just pushing the bales into the shed, no matter how it looks, because I don't give a duck.
Yeah, that's the one cracker.
The only realistic part on me stacking those bales is that they are beneath the shed and don't
Yeah.
get rainy.
Someone else can tidy up the mess.
I mean, I could say that in real life, if there's bad weather forecasts, that we stack bales like that, just to get them into the on dry ground,
Yeah.
very fast. So it's not that unrealistic at all, but it's not. It's not unlikely, but you shouldn't do that if you were doing a realistic stream on how great I am. It would be a mess to do so, but I don't give a damn.
Yeah.
I
Don't give
just
a
don't care.
This time it's duck.
Yeah, but can you imagine this moment? I mean, we put out very big checks with telling people that on next Thursday there will be the real life show from Disturb and Alien Paul, that we try to play as realistic as possible. I know at least one person here in voice who will double check if I'm really doing so, because he's waiting for me to. And I don't name Rainer, but I name Rainer, right?
What?
Yeah.
No.
No, you won't double check that I'm not playing
No.
with unrealistic big machines, and we
No.
will try. What?
Calmston's a big map.
Yeah, I think Kamston
No,
is the
I-
problem with it. He doesn't like Kamston.
I'm assuming that the other tractor you mentioned from not being a Valtra or a JCB is going to be a Case Quad track.
What? No, sorry, I lost you. Where have you been with? What did you mean?
Well, you said that we would have 2 vouchers and a JCB or 2 JCBs and then 1 other tractor.
Yeah,
I'm
but I
assuming
said
that my 1 other tractor is going to be a quad track.
no. I thought of a smaller one, depending on what we do. Do you remember the New Holland that I had on here, the back wheel drive, the very the 90 to 100 horsepower one that was. It is on a screenshot. I think it was even on the screenshot where we had the English stream.
Is it the one you used last week?
No. It was back in the days.
Okay. No.
It is the brownish one in the Fiat spec.
Okay.
The New Holland with the just back wheel drive. That is something that is good for swathing or tedding and for so a smaller one. No, not a bigger one. I just meant a smaller one to have something.
Yeah, I was joking. I think we might maybe do something a bit like I've done on the one that I'm doing at the moment, and maybe divide some of the fields up so they're slightly smaller.
Yeah, we have. I mean, with you, I think we have no problem with graphics card or CPU, so we can really do a lot of landscaping.
Yep. Yeah, and I just made 1 big field into 3 small fields.
Yeah, you know, I can basically make a map with 6 farms into 1 big farm. So.
Yeah.
No, what?
I need to get off of here in a little while.
Yeah, we will just finish stacking here, and then we will end the stream anyways.
I know sometimes you like going for like 5 hours. So.
No. It's on the English stream it makes no sense because with not that many viewers, it's just to get them that out. And most of the times the English stream shouldn't be that long because a lot of the Americans or other time zone people rewatch the stream, and I'm very, very happy and astonished that they even rewatch 5-hour streams, but it doesn't have to be necessarily.
Yeah. It's quite impressive how many do rewatch.
Yeah, I mean this is also the difference between those let's play, realistic play streams that people do. There's not that much of information. I really have to learn to get more information even into our streams, but with the lack of new content at the moment, it's just about MaizePlus. It makes it hard, but it's always interesting with getting questions from people directly, so they don't have to use several discords. They just can ask me straight or you, and so yeah, these informations are rewatchable, I would say, right? So
yeah, I've rewatched the ones I'm not on. I don't watch the ones that I'm on because I hate my own voice. So.
You're driving like a kid. Yeah. Nobody would have guessed that I earned my money by doing so. I was a forage contractor. I handled over 100,000 or thousands of bales, big round square and all that stuff for decades. But to be honest, for me at my age, it's really hard to get the field of depth. So the feeling on how far it is out. It's really hard for me to get the knowing, to have the knowing how it is in real life and how I would handle those bales and how they handle in farm sim. It's gotten better with the head track though, but I have to really train a little bit more because I'm not playing that much in in-cap view as I wanted to because of the chat, of the streaming. It's always difficult. The head goes from left to right, so I drive in the outer perspective. In the outer perspective I do not learn the field of depth. So give me some time. I'm willing to learn.
You have to move the camera a lot more to accurately stack bales in third person view.
Yeah. Why did you stop your job? Because I had an accident. Gino De Tommaso. Nah, that's a da. No, hello, or something like that. Tomato pasta. Damn it. It will be sent to ModHub in the next 8 to 14 days for testing before we will release already the PDF, so you can read the PDF. And I hope that Matteo from SMI Modding is doing the Italian translation, so you have the correct Italian translation to it. I hope that...
That was a very good accent.
I find Duff difficult in Cap 2. Oh, what for an accident? I cut off right hand middle finger 1/2 or 1/3, and I was sick for over 3 years because the OP. What is the correct English word for
surgery?
Surgery. Oh, I'm looking for it since ages, and I always forget. I had to, was in surgery for 3 years, so I had 4 or 5 surgeries. Until I could move my hand correctly, and afterwards I pretty lost my good health, and yeah. Hello, I can help with the Portuguese translation if you need help. Isaac, if you are in the translation officer channel. Oh, Gino. Wenn du PS4 spielst, if you're playing PS4, it will be not for PS4. It's just a third-party script mod that will be not released on any consoles, because the console companies like Microsoft and Sony do not allow third-party scripts. Is Isaac the one who texted you too?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah, but he has already the information for the Portuguese, that if he is in a translation officer channel or not. Yeah, we gave it to him, right?
I don't think so, because I think you said you already had it covered.
My fault then.
I think you said you already had someone.
I think he wrote me on Discord too. I'm not sure. Isaac, don't get me wrong, but my problem is that if I have different, or if I see different usernames in the chat and Discord, I get so many private messages that I cannot connect both. So, if you write in the English section in the MaizePlus support Discord that you are this guy, then we can talk again, and then I will see who was the Portuguese translator. Oh, you're Gandalf in the Discord. Oh, why don't you say so?
Yeah, that's not the person that messaged me then.
Yeah, correct, because that's not the person that was messaging.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we can talk definitely. Disturb and we will both keep it in mind that you are the one for the Portuguese. I'm not sure if we will talk today, but we will talk, I think, ASAP. No problem. But you see how easy it is to get the YouTube name and the Discord name in a incorrect. Kannst du bitte mal den ausmachen?
Geh doch weg.
Danke. Oh, thank you. It's quite to get it in an incorrect combination.
Yeah, I originally thought it was I was trying to look through my PMs to see who the person was that had messaged me before. I couldn't find them, so.
That is a good one. Okay, but I would say we wrap it up for today. And today I'm leaving completely the outro to Mr. Disturb, the English ambassador for the farming agency. Mr. Disturb, the stage is yours.
Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this and found it useful. Don't forget to like Paul's video and comment afterwards. And we'll catch you next week on Calmston. Hopefully.
Thank you, Moppy, for being here.
Bye.
Thank you, Rainer, for being here.
Pleasure.
Thank you, Disturb, for being here and for the outro.
My pleasure.
And don't forget, we will be back.